Hey everyone, friends. Today I want to share my current shape with you. I've gained a lot of weight over the past 2 months. And right now, my weight is 256 pounds. Before, I used to weigh 225 pounds. I've put on 30 pounds in just a couple of months. I wasn't disciplined, ate a lot, had a lot of sweets, and was a bit sick. And that's why today I want to start my transformation. The best version of myself. Because I really don't like the shape I'm in right now. My waist used to be 94 centimeters, and now it's 110 centimeters. That's a lot. So, friends, I'm starting my transformation to become the best version of myself. My videos will be called Better Than Yesterday. So what am I going to do for this? First of all, I'll eat right, go to the gym regularly, and stick to a healthy diet. That's very important. My plan is to get myself in shape in about 2 months. But maybe, at most, 3 months. We'll see how my progress goes. What will I be showing in my videos? First of all, I'll be showing my meal plan. What I eat to get myself in great shape. I'll be showing my workouts. I'll talk about how many exercises I do for each muscle group. I'll show the best exercises, for example, for legs, abs, and chest. Overall, it's going to be an interesting transformation. I think I'll get in shape in 3 months. Usually, my morning starts at around 8 a.m. I get up, drink collagen on an empty stomach, and then do cardio for exactly 1 hour. I watch TV or listen to some podcasts in English. So when I do cardio, time flies by really fast. But if you're just starting out with cardio, I recommend you do it for about 30 minutes. It's just regular walking at a moderate pace. But you should remember, if you're going to the gym, you shouldn't do cardio there. You shouldn't do cardio before your workout or after your workout. You should do it in your free time. For example, I do cardio at 8 in the morning, and I go to my workout at 1 p.m. If, say, you go to your workout in the evening, do your cardio in the morning, for example, before work or after your workout, why don't I recommend doing cardio? Because after a good workout, your muscles are tired. They need nutrition, they need protein and carbs, so you should go home and eat, and do cardio a bit later. That means about 2 or 3 hours after a heavy workout. The only exception is if you want to do cardio before your workout, you can come to the gym and do about 10 minutes. Cardio. This is necessary so that before your workout, your muscles and heart are ready for a good load. As you can see, friends, there's nothing unnecessary in my fridge. No cakes, no pastries, no junk food, only the healthiest things, so nothing tempts me. Here I have fish, ground beef with 4% fat, chicken breast, and from vegetables. I eat tomatoes, cucumbers, and avocado. Avocado is a source of healthy fats. I recommend you include avocado in your diet. As for salt, I consume about 5 grams of salt per day. I don't eat a lot of salt because salt causes excess water retention in the body. Honestly, my mornings are the most fun when it comes to food because I really love my breakfast and I make it myself. Protein waffles. There's about 70 grams of protein, 80 grams of carbs, and 20 grams of fat in them. I eat this before my workout because I recommend having a hearty breakfast if you're going to work out. My workout usually lasts about 2.5 to 3 hours. And you understand that you need energy during your workout. And what I eat in the morning gives me a little boost of energy. After breakfast, I take my vitamins. I take Animal Pack, which is a really good multivitamin complex that I like, and I also take fish oil, about 6 grams a day, 2 capsules in the morning after eating and 2 capsules in the evening. As you can see, I have a lot of sports supplements. I'm definitely a fan of all kinds of supplements. For example, I have as many as 5 different pre-workouts, but I'm not taking them right now because, for some reason, my body is currently reacting badly to caffeine. When I take pre-workout, specifically before training, even if it's in the morning, I can't fall asleep in the evening until about 2 or 3 a.m. That's why I'm not taking any pre-workout at all right now. But I do take magnesium, zinc, and melatonin before bed. And this combination helps me sleep well. At night, I eat about every 3 to 4 hours. And now it's already 12 p.m. and I'm making myself lunch. That's 250 grams of rice and about 180 grams of beef, ground. I'm talking about the cooked weight. And I add a little bit of avocado. So in this dish, I have about 50 grams of protein, 80 grams of carbs, and avocado. Well, I don't know, probably around 15 to 20 grams of fat, and about 2 grams of salt. I usually eat about an hour and a half to 2 hours before my workout. Half an hour before my workout, I drink a sports supplement. That's glutamine, BCAAs, creatine, citrulline, and that's all, I think. I drink that, and it gives me a good pump. Oh, right, I forgot. I also add a special powder. I forgot what it's called. It gives my muscles a pump. It's kind of like a pre-workout, but without caffeine. And then I also take protein, 2 servings, which is about 50 grams of protein. And I drink all of this after my workout. I'm ready and heading out to train. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, during my workout I pour myself about 2 liters of water, add around 14 grams of BCAAs, and I drink that during my workout. I've arrived at the gym, and I really, absolutely love it here. As I already mentioned, this is one of the best gyms I've ever been to, and today I'm training back. I won't be doing my main deadlift today, but next workout I'll do my favorite exercise, which is the deadlift. Actually, guys, if you didn't know, I'm one of those deadlift record holders. At a body weight of 100 kilograms, my deadlift record is 325 kilograms. I also tried 340. I pulled it, but unfortunately, the plates fell off because the bar wasn't very long. The plates were already hanging at the ends, and when I lifted that weight, they just fell off. But if they hadn't fallen off, then I think the weight on the bar would have been 340 kilograms. Though, that was a long time ago, around 2012. Now, about my workout today. So, today I have this kind of split. It's lats, then I do shoulders, specifically working the rear delts. And I do a little bit of biceps exercises. About 2 exercises. And at the end, I always do abs. For back, I do about 4 to 5 exercises, depending on how I feel. By the way, I actually hadn't trained for almost 2 weeks, so the workout was really tough for me. The weights were really light, I had no strength at all. So I only managed to do 4 exercises in total. I did 4 sets in the range. 10 to 8 reps. Honestly, I'm a big fan of heavy weights. I don't like doing controlled, light weights, for example, let's say, bend over rows. I used to load up 180 kilograms and do 8 reps, even if it meant a bit of cheating. It wasn't clean, but I really get a kick out of lifting huge weights. I love lifting heavy, and if you look at my records from when I was in great shape, at the very peak of my form, I was lifting some serious numbers. That would be in 2015, 2016, 2017, those were my record years. My deadlift, like I said, was 325 kilograms. I couldn't lift 340, the plates fell off during the attempt. As for squats with the barbell, I managed 280 kilograms, but couldn't quite hit depth with 290. And when it comes to the bench press, yeah, my bench is weak. It was around 170 kilograms. So, I have really strong legs. My back is very strong too, but my chest is weak. Unfortunately, by the way, this exercise is called the Lakani row. Right now, I'm working on my rear delts. Not many people do this exercise these days. Give it a try, friends. You'll really feel how the muscles work there. I did 4 sets of 12 to 10 reps. And then I move on to biceps, specifically barbell curls. For sets of 10 to 8 reps. 2 warm-up sets and 4 working sets. I think when I was editing the video, I forgot to add the part where I do dumbbell curls, but I did do them. Another biceps exercise is hammer curls for sets of 10 to 12 reps. Alright, and the final exercise I'm doing today is abs. It's called the prayer. That's actually the name of the ab exercise. I do 4 sets of 15 reps. Give it a try, guys. Your abs will be on fire, and they'll get really strong, because I've always done this exercise in my abs. My abs are really strong thanks to this exercise. After my workout, I take glutamine, and then about 20 minutes later, I have some protein. You should never mix glutamine with protein, because if you take them together, the glutamine won't be absorbed well. That's why I separate them. First I take glutamine, and you can also add BCAAs. I do that, and then, about 20 minutes later, I have my protein when I'm already heading home. So, guys, I've come home, and now I'm having my 4th meal. The first one was my breakfast. I had rice with beef, and then I drank my protein shake. That also counts as a meal. This is my 4th meal. I'm having salmon, and I'm also adding some rice to it. So, that means I have 250 grams of rice and about 200 grams of salmon. I always weigh all my food on a scale. And I recommend that you also keep track of your diet. Weigh everything on a scale. I add just a little salt, like I said, about 2 grams of salt. So in a day, I use about 4 or 5 grams of salt, no more. That's why everything cooks quickly. In about half an hour, I'm already eating rice, fish, and cucumbers. So everything is really simple, really quick, and really tasty. That's why, as usual, I eat this in front of the TV, then I rest for about half an hour, and after that I get to work, of course. I answer questions, edit videos, and also write training programs for my clients. I have a lot of clients now, so my evenings are always busy with work, and usually before bed I always give myself this kind of massage. I specifically massage my legs, shoulders, and chest. Honestly, I wanted to massage my back, but my hands can't reach there because I live alone, and unfortunately, I can't massage my own back. But actually, this massager is really awesome. It really helps me, relaxes my muscles before bed. I usually go to bed at around 10 o'clock or so. And right before bed, I have my last meal. I eat 10 egg whites and add another 150 grams of pineapple. So that's my last dinner, my last meal of the day, which is the 5th one. So, what does my daily diet look like? 5 meals a day. I get about 250 grams of protein, 220 to 230 grams. Carbohydrates, and about 80 grams of fat. That's enough for me right now, and I'll be monitoring my weight to see how it's going down. If the weight isn't dropping well, I'll cut back on carbs. If everything goes well, maybe I'll add a bit more protein to my daily total. I have 5 meals a day, about 250 grams of protein, 220 grams of carbohydrates, and around 80 grams of fat, and at night I also get up and drink casein protein. So that's another 50 grams of protein on top. That's all for today, friends. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and leave a comment.